What if the purest expression of family love wasn't protection, but deliberate, calculated erasure? What if unbreakable mathematics proved, beyond any doubt, that one of you had to disappear so the rest could live? The Harlan family didn't just believe it. They proved it with their own blood. Elias Harlan was a brilliant mathematician, the kind of man who turned human suffering into variables and solved it. 18 years ago, his wife Laura died of aggressive cancer. The family was fractured, small resentments, divided attention, the everyday selfishness that quietly kills. Elias couldn't accept random tragedy, so he built a cage of pure logic around their pain. For 2 brutal years he disappeared into his study, logging every argument, every financial strain, every nightmare, 47 variables, emotional entropy, projected collapse curves. Then one freezing night he emerged carrying 200 pages of flawless proof, the Harlan Equilibrium. He gathered Marcus and Sophia, then 20 and 18, and laid it out with terrifying calm. "We are a closed system. Your mother's death cracked us. Without correction, the resentment grows exponentially. Simulations show total family collapse by 2045, suicide, bankruptcy, mutual destruction. But there is a solution: periodic rebalancing. Remove one member, reduce the emotional mass by 33%, reset the curve. Survival probability leaps from 8% to 97%. The math was airtight. Proof by contradiction. Monte Carlo runs on their exact life data. Every resentment time-stamped. They voted unanimously. The first rebalance was Elias himself. 10 years ago, on his 52nd birthday, he swallowed the pills with a serene smile. His farewell note read simply, the numbers demanded it. "Live well, my loves." Marcus and Sophia helped him stage it perfectly. The logic was flawless. And for 8 beautiful years the equation delivered. Marcus's career skyrocketed. Sophia found real love. Vacations, promotions, laughter that actually reached their eyes. Every prediction held. The family thrived, exactly as the math promised, until 3 years ago when Sophia discovered the hidden safe. She read the complete equilibrium, every appendix, every corollary. That night her score collapsed. The hidden variable was awareness itself. Knowledge of the system imposed an infinite guilt coefficient. She fought it desperately. Ignored the predicted insomnia, the sudden fights with her husband, the creeping isolation. But the equation was merciless. It had forecasted the exact week her marriage would fracture, the exact month the pills would call her name. 2 months ago she obeyed. Marcus returned to the empty house last week to clear Sophia's things. He wasn't hunting ghosts. But the journal waited in the same safe, pages still warm from her hands. As he read, every past rebalance locked into place with surgical precision. Micro-twist after micro-twist. The visiting aunt who died in a car accident 9 years ago. Test case. Every argument, every birthday card, every dream they were forced to log, all data points. The logic had never failed, but something was happening to Marcus's own score. He tried to laugh it off. Dad was a genius, but this is insanity. Every denial triggered the exact symptoms the equation predicted. Paranoia at midnight, sudden chest pain, the irresistible urge to read one more page. The system had accounted for skepticism. It was perfect. Then he reached the final section. Corollary 17, the Discoverer Paradox. Whoever fully deciphers and accepts the equilibrium inherits an infinite burden. The knowledge itself makes them the ultimate low score. The last rebalance must be self-administered by the final aware member. Elias had engineered the perfect trap. He sacrificed first, knowing his children would eventually find the journal. Sophia accepted the truth, and it claimed her. Now Marcus understood the final elegant cruelty. The moment you believe the proof, you become the proof. He tried to destroy it, burned every page in the fireplace, but the equation had predicted non-compliance too. Within hours, the old nightmares returned tenfold. The logic wasn't merely predictive, it was causal inside the closed system of their psyches. There was no exit. The dark logic was absolute. In a family poisoned by shared trauma, true love meant ending the bloodline cleanly. No more inherited cracks. No more slow mutual destruction. Elias hadn't murdered his family. He had granted them the mercy of certainty. Tonight Marcus sits at his father's old desk, pills arranged like chess pieces. He has recalculated one final time. His score is 0. Perfect balance. This recording is his last act, not a warning, but living proof that the Harlan Equilibrium was never wrong. They didn't die from ghosts or curses. They died from flawless, compassionate reasoning, from a love so mathematically pure it demanded the ultimate sacrifice. And in the end, the equation balanced perfectly, every variable, every life. So if you're watching and your own family ever feels slightly off, if small resentments are quietly compounding, ask yourself, have you run the numbers? Because sometimes the most logical thing a family can do is the most terrifying. This was the story of the Harlan Equilibrium, where dark logic became darker love. If your mind is still racing and your chest feels tight, smash like. Share this with the one person whose family math you're afraid to check. Subscribe, because the next equation might already be running on you. The numbers never lie. The numbers never lie, like if the logic broke you. Subscribe for more stories where math meets the abyss. Comment your darkest family secret. I read every one. See you in the next one, if the equation allows.